Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so if you've been here a while, you know what this background means. Book haul. So Shayna and I went to Barnes & Nobles together, and you know, I feel like every time I walk into Barnes & Nobles, I am walking out with a book. There's been like 2 times maybe where I've walked in there and I haven't walked out with a book. Today, I walked in there and I walked out with 6 books, and I renewed my Barnes & Nobles membership, so I think it's a plus. And honestly, my total amount would have been cheaper if I didn't have to renew my membership. So the way I'm thinking of it, it's fine because I had to renew my membership. And I use my membership often, and then whenever I use my Barnes & Nobles card or the number linked to it, I get 10% off all of my books when it comes to checkout. So we love that. So we have to keep a Barnes & Nobles membership, and it comes with perks, and sometimes you get free stuff. All right, so I got, as I mentioned, 6 books. Some of these books just came out. Some of them I've been waiting to read. So yeah. So the first ones we have is the Davenports, and this is by Krystal Marquis. This one like just recently came out, and then Barnes & Nobles had it for $3 off. Yes, I've been waiting for this book to come out. I've been wanting it. I saw it and I had to grab it because yeah. Yep. And then there's something on the back, but I'm gonna read like the premises of the book first and then read the back. In 1910, the Davenports are one of the few Black families of immense wealth and status in a changing United States. Their fortune made through the entrepreneurship of William Davenport, a formerly enslaved man who founded the Davenport Carriage Company years ago. Now the Davenports live surrounded by servants, crystal chandeliers, and endless parties, finding their way and finding love even when they're not supposed to. There is Olivia, the beautiful elder Davenport daughter, ready to do her duty by getting married until she meets the charismatic civil rights leader Washington Dwight and sparks fly. The younger daughter, Helen, is more interested in fixing cars and falling in love, unless it's with her sister's suitor. Amy Rose, the childhood friend turned maid to the Davenport sisters, dreams of opening her own business and marrying the one man she could never be with, Olivia and Helen's brother John. But Olivia's best friend Ruby also has her sights set on John Davenport, though she can't seem to keep his interest until family pressures has her scheming to win his heart, just as someone else wins hers. The first book in a breathless new series, The Davenports, offers a glimpse into a period of African American history often overlooked while delivering a totally escapist, swoon-worthy read. Inspired by the real-life story of C.R. Patterson and his family, it's the tale of 4 determined and passionate young Black women discovering the courage to steer their own path in life and love. Okay, but I didn't know it was based on a true story, so that is even more like, love to see that this story is being told. And so all of the names, Olivia, Helen, Amy Rose, and Ruby, are highlighted in like the blue teal color. So these are who we're focusing on. I think this is going to be interesting, and I love that it's a series because I'm a series girl. But also, like, can we take a moment to just look at this cover again? It's gorgeous. Like, this is great. And I'm assuming this is our older sister, and this is her 2 sisters, and then the friend turned maid in the background. So this is exciting. I'm here for Black wealth. In the front it says they have wealth and reputation. Now it's their chance to find love, as it should be. And this is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. Didn't know that. That's a plus. And the back, as I said, was going to read, fortune favors the bold, but dazzling prose and whip-smart pacing, Krystal Marquis' gorgeous debut spirits readers into a world of polished glamour, but also a world of shadowed by painful reckonings. Through trial, defeat, and defiance, and triumph, a character offers heart and perspective. The Davenports is a fresh, utterly enchanting read and a much-needed addition to the contemporary canon of Black literature. Ayanna Gray, which she's the author of the Beast of Prey trilogy. The first 2 books have been shown on my channel before. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I love that it's a series. I love that we're talking about Black wealth. It's based on based on an actual person. Yes. So this is going to be an exciting read, and it's the start of the series. So yeah, it's giving. Okay, here we have Blood Like Fate by Liselle Sambury. This is the second one to her series, Blood Like Magic, and if I'm correct, this is also where the series ends. It's only a duology. The first one has been shown on my channel before. I've been meaning to get the second one. I've just kind of been waiting and putting it off, and when I was in Barnes & Noble today, there's only 1 copy left. So I grabbed it, and I took that as a sign, as I needed this book. So I finally have it, so I will be reading about this one. So spoiler alert, if you haven't read the first one, Blood Like Magic, you might want to skip this part. Voya Thomas may have passed her calling to become a full-fledged witch, but the cost was higher than she'd ever imagined. Her grandmother is gone, her cousin hates her, and her family doesn't believe that she has what it takes to lead them. What's more, Voya can't let go of her feelings for Luke, sponsor son of the genius billionaire Justin Tremblay, the man that Luke believes Voya killed. Consequently, Luke wants nothing to do with her. Even her own ancestors seem to have lost faith in her. Every day, Voya begs for their guidance, but her calls go unanswered. As Voya struggles to convince everyone, herself included, that she can be a good matriarch, she has a vision of the terrifying, deadly future, a vision that would spell the end of the Toronto witches. With a newfound sense of purpose, Voya must do whatever it takes to bring her shattered community together and stop what's coming for them before it's too late, even if it means taking down the boy she loves, who might be the mastermind behind the coming devastation. Okay, I have to catch y'all up to where we are because that was a lot for me to take in. So Voya comes from a long line of witches, and when they turn 16, that's kind of like when things really start going for them. But every witch in the family has to pass like some trial. Like when they turn 16, that's when things start moving for them. They have to pass a trial to actually even be really fully immersed in it. It's a whole thing. So Voya is supposed to, which it's said early, so I'm not really spoiling this, that she has to kill her love, which could mean many different things. And in the book, it explains it, how it could mean many different things. But at the time, Voya doesn't really know what that means. She's only thinking of one thing. So she's like, how is she supposed to complete this task? Like, how is this going to help her become like a full witch in the family? It's an entire thing going on. And along with that, her grandmother at the time was the current matriarch. So basically what she says goes. Family listens to her, she leads the family, they're all kind of in this one house. So that's the thing, they don't always get along. Then there's Luke, who Voya meets at this thing for kind of like an internship work experience or whatever, and they're both there. And then she starts kind of feeling him out, they start having a thing going on. So then Voya's looking at him as the way to answer all her problems. But little does she know, that's going to cause more drama for her and her family. And there we have it. Now we're at book 2. So I'm excited because the way they left things in the first book, it was a lot to take in. So I'm hoping this is going to answer all of my questions that I have. Oh, I'm just realizing I forgot to say the price for the first book and the amount of pages. So the original price for this book was $19.99, the Davenports, and then it was $3 off, plus I got 10% off for being a Barnes & Noble member, so that one was $15.29. And then it has 387 pages. Oh, she's in the 400s. She has 468 pages. The original price was $19.99, and then I got Blood Like Fate for $17.99. Now moving on. Oh, those were the only hardcovers I got. Everything else is paperback. So this is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. So I have the first one in this series. It's currently 3. The third book actually like just came out at the end of January. I went in Barnes & Nobles to get books 2 and 3. There was 1 copy left and it's on hold for someone. And again, the book literally just came out. So no luck in completing the series because they only had 1 book left in stock and someone had it on hold. So that was upsetting, but it's fine. Eventually I'll get through all of these books and then buy the third one at some point. So they're basically interconnected. It's a Dreamland Billionaires series, so it's based on 3 brothers and they each have to go through their own type thing, so they're interconnected. It makes sense to read them in order. I wouldn't read them out of order because then it's gonna kind of mess up when the other siblings show. So read the series in order. I haven't shown the first one on my channel, but like I do have it and I have read it. So this is the second one. It focuses on the older brother. Declan, I'm destined to become the next CEO of my family's media empire. The only problem, my grandfather's inheritance clause. Fulfilling his dying wish of getting married and having an heir seemed impossible until my assistant volunteered for the job. Our marriage was supposed to be the perfect solution to my biggest problem, but the more we act in love for the public, the more unsure I feel about our contract. Caring about Iris was never part of the deal, especially not when breaking her heart is inevitable. Iris, my plan to marry Declan was simple in theory. Move in together, throw a wedding, have a baby. We set rules to prevent any kind of issues, ones that were never meant to be broken, no matter how much Declan tempts me. But what happens when our fake relationship bleeds into our real one? Falling in love was never an option, at least not for me. So in the first book in the series, The Fine Print, it focuses on, I believe, the middle brother. Yeah, because this is the oldest, the middle, and then the youngest book just came out. And it's introduced the brothers, of course, and that Iris is Declan's assistant. So they're like introduced before. You don't really hear too much about them. You hear just enough. And then boom, now they have their own book, which I'm really enjoying the series so far. So I'm excited for this one. I've heard great things about the second one in the series. So, and you know me, I love a good series. And again, this is romance because I'm still very much in my romance era. So we have to get it. This one has 466 pages and the price $17.99, and I got it for $16.19. There we have it. Okay, moving on, 3 more books. So this is Scarred by Emily McIntire. I say her last name wrong all the time. McIntire could be correct. Okay, so once again, we have another series. This is called the Never After series. I got book 1 over break when I was at home, hooked just to see what the series was about. This is the first one. I have the second one, and then this is the third one. And there is another one that's coming out this month, next month. It's coming out soon. So we're gonna read the back, and then I'll kind of tell you about it. She doesn't belong to him, she belongs to the crown. Prince Tristan Fasfa, or Fassa, was never destined for the throne. That was always his brother Michael, the same brother responsible for Tristan's tormented childhood and the scar that marks his face. When their father dies, Michael is set to assume the throne and Tristan is set to steal it. The leader of a secret rebellion, Tristan will stop at nothing to end his brother's reign. But when Michael's new betrothed, Lady Sarah Boudreaux, arrives, Tristan finds himself in the middle of a new kind of war. The kind that begs the question of what's more important, the crown or the woman about to wear it. Sarah has one plan: marry the king and eradicate the I'm sorry if I keep saying this wrong. It's either FASA or FAS. I don't know if there's a difference, but line, even at the risk of her own peril. But she never expects the scarred prince. He's dangerous, forbidden, and one of the men she's been sent to kill. But the line between hatred and passion has never seemed so thin. And as secrets come to light, Sarah grows unsure of whom she can trust, torn between vengeance and the villain she was never supposed to love. So basically, Emily has the Never After series where the villain gets the girl. And the first one is Hooked, which, if you can't tell, Hooked is about Captain Hook, Wendy, Peter, and Tink and all of them. But it's for adults. And yeah, and some of them deal with like triggers and stuff, which she usually puts something in the beginning of the book to let you know before kind of you're jumping in the book and it's kind of coming at you all at once. So she usually gives those warnings in the front as well. Let me see if this has any. Oh, she also does playlist, which I love. I don't know if this one has any. Yes, so here she basically gives you kind of like a synopsis of what's going on, and basically a website where she has kind of the list for all the trigger warnings. But if you couldn't tell with this one as well, this is based on The Lion King, so Scar and Mufasa, but they're not animals, they are humans. And they're throwing in this person, Sarah, to cause drama. And obviously, as I said before, the villain does win in all of Emily's books. So, but we'll see how this goes. I've heard good things, very good things about the second book. I mean, I enjoyed the first one. It was pretty good. And I bought that one just to like try the series to see if I would like it. I've heard great things about the second one. So we'll see what that's like. I don't think these have to be read in any order. I think you could just read them however you like. But they're technically a series, but I don't think there's an order to read them. And this one has 392 pages, and the original price was $17.99, and I got it for $16.19. And then we have Wretched, also by Emily. This is the third book in the series. Since they had both, I decided why not grab them to continue with the series. And I'm pretty sure this one is supposed to be Wizard of Oz. I think this one's supposed to be Wizard of Oz. A woman can be great and terrible too. Evelina Westerly has always been the bad guy. As the brains, brawn, and botanist behind her family's drug empire, she's her father's ruthless secret weapon. In a one-night stand with a gorgeous man at a nightclub, she's sated her urges and is back to her criminal ways. That is, until the same man shows up as a new Westerly lackey under a totally different name. But Nicholas Wordsworth's real secret is much more dangerous than his alias. He's an undercover DEA agent, and he's hell-bent on destroying the drug trade and that devastated his family. Evelina embodies everything he's against, but he's been sent here to be her downfall. Yet the more they learn about the darkness in each other's heart, the more they seem alike. And when hatred turns into something more, Nicholas will have to decide whether he can love a wretched woman, even if that means bringing both of their lives to ruin. Yeah, I'm trying to... I can't remember if this one is supposed to be what did I say? Yes, okay, it is. It is the one of the Wizard of Oz. She put a little quote from Frank Boom, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. So this one is the Wizard of Oz. But again, I'm just excited to continue the series, and she has the same thing in this book. The before you dive into it, that it is kind of like a dark romance, and the villain's gonna get the girl, and there's trigger warnings. You can see that beforehand. Oh, this one has 349 pages, $17.99, and I got it for $16.19. And then we're moving on to the last book. So this is Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I'm pretty sure I said that right. This book has popped up everywhere, and I have to see if the hype is worth it, because it's popping up everywhere. Everyone's saying, like, I have not heard anything bad about it. We'll see, but I am excited to read this one. Again, this is romance, adult romance. I got, like, most of the books that I bought today were still in, like, the romance genre, but yes, I've been kind of wanting to get this one ever since I started seeing it more and more. It became a thing, and at first I couldn't find this when I was searching in Barnes & Nobles, but lo and behold, one copy left, and I grabbed it. So we'll see. Karina Mann dreams of having a love story like her parents, but she prefers restoring her classic car to swiping right on dating apps. When her father announces he's selling her late mother's home, Karina makes a deal with him. He'll gift her the house if she can get engaged in 4 months. But her search for a soulmate becomes impossible when her argument with Dr. Prem Verma, host of the Dr. Dill show, goes viral. Now the only man in her life is the one she doesn't want. Dr. Prem Verma is dedicated to building a local community health center, but needs to get donors with deep pockets. The Dr. Dill show was doing just that until his argument with Karina went viral, and he was left shortchanged. That's when Karina's meddling aunties present Prem with a solution. Convince Karina he's her soulmate and he'll regain funding for his clinic. Even though his views on love matches and arranged matches conflict with hers, Prem finds the more he's with Karina, the more he begins to believe her, that she's the woman that he wants to spend the rest of his life with. But for Prem and Karina to find their happily ever after, they must admit that hate has turned into fate. Okay, so I see that they need each other to accomplish what they want, but I think there's going to be a time where they fall in love and everything's going well, and Karina's going to find out that Prem was doing this so he could get funding back for his clinic, and that's going to cause problems. But I mean, honestly, they're both using each other. Like, he needs to use her for funding, and she needs to use him to get the house. So I feel like, but that's gonna be like an issue, I believe, at the end. But yeah, I'm excited because of all the positive things I've been hearing, and then it's romance, and I'm still enjoying romance. So, oh, shut up. I probably was not supposed to see this at the end. It says the aunties will return when Bobby and Benjamin discover there is too much ado about love. Winter 2023. So that book is probably already out because... Oh, wait, no, it's not. Winter 2023 hasn't happened yet. We just got into 2023. Okay, but the aunties are going to return. So this author is writing another book. So if this one's good, I'll definitely be tuning into that. But this book has 358 pages, and the price on this one was $16.99, and I got it for, where's this book at? $15.29. So those were all of my beautiful books. it's gonna be happy reading for me. I'm excited to read all of these books. I've got some good ones. This was a good haul, and I renewed my Barnes & Noble's membership, so that's always a plus. So I'm gonna just show the books one more time. Dating Dr. Dill, Wretched, Scarred, Terms and Conditions. Now I'm trying to hold all these books up and not have them fall. Blood Like Fate. Then the Davenports. So I will see y'all in the next video, whatever that's gonna be, whenever that's gonna take place. Hope y'all enjoyed this one and y'all check these books out. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.